Off-air Bailey and Southside, on-air Bailey and Southside. Two totally different shows.
I don't think you can even put that on a podcast. Ted Jenkin from Oxy Financial popping in the studio with his topic this week. When he sent me this, I was like, what the hell is FOMO? And I've just out of the loop. I had to ask Nate, and he was like, it's the fear of missing out. And I was like, oh, that makes all the sense in the world, because I think every single person is guilty of spending money in a situation just because you want to be a part of the conversation the next day. World Series, probably a perfect example. Not many people can afford $20,000 a ticket, but, damn, today you got some great stories from Game 7, right?
Oh, that's absolutely true. The two reasons a lot of people make financial decisions to begin with are over greed or fear. It's always been the two things that drive the market, but also drives a lot of personal financial decisions. Now, Mashable did a study and said almost 60% of the people have this new phenomenon called FOMO, which is the fear of missing out because of what they see and hear of what other people are getting and doing. And so they feel like they've missed out, and it's starting to actually cause them financial problems.
What is the percentage on this thing?
60% of the people on social media.
I think I'm 40%. I don't know. Do you have that, Bailey?
I do not. You do.
What?
Yeah, but you guys get to go to everything for free.
How do
I have it. I 100% have FOMO.
Brandy does.
I understand how Nate and Brandy don't miss any events that this radio station does, anything that we're doing. I mean, hell, Nate didn't even miss out on Chipotle. This dude got put on a costume just to go get a $3.99 burrito. I'm like, dude, do you ever stop?
It was $2.99.
It's fun to be a part of something.
Yeah, and but I don't.
Yes.
How?
You do, because you take a Christmas party or something like that.
Yeah.
You will stay there to an extended period of time, not realizing that you have to be at work, your primary responsibility the next day, just because you want to be a part of whatever it is, the fear of missing out.
Okay, he's right.
Well, here's what happens, Steve. You have a lot of people that go they go on platforms like Instagram or Facebook, and as they're scrolling through on their phone or they're looking at it on their computer, they see that their friends show themselves in Italy or Cabo San Lucas, or they got a new car, because people aren't on social media saying, I'm $90,000 in debt, I have financial problems, my relationship is in horrible shape. They're showing all these great things that are happening. So now you're saying to yourself,
if they did.
Here's your bank statement, but I'm in the fear of missing out. Hey, let me ask you this. Is this more of an issue when you're talking about, you're talking about trips to Europe and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I would guess that this would be a bigger issue for those with a lot of money. So if you're a multimillionaire and you're trying to keep up with your multimillionaire friends, you're in fear of missing out, of not being talked about at the country club, or not having the nice car or the nice house or the upgrades that your friends have, versus the guy, the everyday average making guy like us in this room. I mean, we're not millionaires by no stretch of the imagination.
Ones that drive pickup trucks to go to Panama City on vacation. Come on.
Exactly. Looking for a deal. Right? It would be more for the wealthy.
No, it's actually the opposite. You have a lot of people out there that make a decent income, but they hear it's not the grand things like going to Italy. It's the things, Jason, like, oh, you really should have tried this restaurant, this brand new restaurant that's in town. Now everyone wants to go to that restaurant. And so you start to do things that are abnormal in your budget. And there are a lot of people in Atlanta that make $80,000, $100,000, but they live paycheck to paycheck for that very reason, because they hear, oh, there was a great restaurant, or, man, I can't believe you haven't gotten down to see the new Brave Stadium, or when the new Falcon Stadium opens up. And so the fear of not getting to do those things and thinking that your friends can do it, and you're asking yourself, why can they do this? How come they can do this and I can't? I should be able to do it. So you do it when you still can't afford it.
It's funny, because as Steve is what you're talking about, I am the total opposite. And I miss out on a lot of things, which sucks, because there's, that catch-22. But I purposely don't do things because everybody's doing them. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing, because I feel like I'd be a sheep.
Oh, see, now you're criticizing. It's not a sheep.
No, I'm just saying I'm the total opposite, so I miss out. So, there's a pro and a con. The con is that you miss out, and you don't have those things.
My Instagram is extremely exciting. To follow me is to live life. But I will tell you that I understand what he means, the sheep thing, and I do like to go to these places.
Don't take it personally. I'm just making
but it's something that I factored in. As a single man, I could do anything I wanted. As a married man, I can too. But with a kid on the way, I'm like, oh shoot, am I supposed to be saving now?
Well, actually, this is where it gets to parents more, Steve, which is the fear of their kids missing out because they hear that one of their neighbors or somebody else had a better birthday party or they had something cooler, and they don't want their kids not to have that same experience, especially when they grow up in a neighborhood where other kids are having that experience. And unfortunately, when kids get the new, KD Nike sneakers and they're getting to go that's a big problem.
That's a great point, Ted, is that what you will experience here soon, it's not the fear of missing out for you anymore. It's the fear of missing out for your kid. Let me give you an example.
I'll go buy shoes with them.
But Ariel got her first smartphone, and I didn't feel the need for, at the time, a 9-year-old to have an iPhone.
Hell no.
Right.
Hell no.
In school, that's what you had. That's the bar that's set.
Everybody has an iPhone.
Everybody has an iPhone.
Well, guess what? You're not everybody.
So I sent her to school with a flip Razor phone or whatever the hell I bought, for cheap off Amazon.
Oh, she got her ass kicked.
And she was the dirty kid. She was the kid that was wearing, Mikey's and not Nikes. So, and I felt horrible. So that's the fear of missing out when you have a kid.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah. So, one of the things to try and do here is go back and ask yourself what you have already. This happens to a lot of people. You hear people say, yeah, I went back into my closet. I forgot all the things that I had in my closet that I haven't worn in 3 years that were once great. Because when people buy things, the luxury items, that luster wears off real quickly. That's why it doesn't really create happiness when you buy a lot of stuff. But, if you go back now and you say, well, what did I get my last birthday? What did I get for last holiday season? What are the things that are in my closet? More often than not, you'll find something really cool that you have already and not have to go out and buy that new shiny object. And it's one of the ways to save money.
So what do you tell people? I mean, do you have people that come into Oxygen Financial and say, hey, Ted,
help me, I have a problem.
I have a FOMO problem. You're like,
FOMO.
Is that a gay thing? What? No, FOMO. I have a FOMO problem. What do you tell them? Do you tell them, you say, hey, look, this is actually a thing and you got to stop? It's a bad thing? Or do you just kind of monitor it?
Yeah, they won't usually say FOMO, but what they'll usually say is, I can't figure out where all my money's going. I make money, but I still feel like all the money is going out the window. These are people that make $50,000, and there are people, like you said, Jason, that make $500,000 that have the same problem. They just don't know where all the money is going. So we go through their budget. We scrape in all the information from their bank accounts to see where all the money has gone. And we ask this very simple question. What in here do you need, and what in here do you want? Because there is a balance of getting some things that you want while you're balancing with the things that you need. And more often than not, what we'll find is a lot of fat in people's budgets.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I really didn't need to go to this restaurant 8 times last year. I could have gone twice and been happy. Or they bought something, and I'll say, Jason, did those purchases really make you happy? And at the end of the day, there are nice things that you buy that you might wear once or twice, or you use it, and then it's in the back of your closet.
Oxygen Financial, saving you money and trimming the fat. What a great Thanksgiving promotion.
Do you know
you like that?
I like that.
You know what these people are called? You know the problem that you have. You know what you are. You're a
stud.
You're a FOMosexual.
Stop.
That's what they're called. You can go.
Fear of missing out. Sexual person.
How can people get a hold of you if they want to come out and see you?
Well, look, you got about 7 or 8 weeks left in this year, and you don't want to pay the government more than you have to. Go to oxygenfinancial.net and get our year-end guide. 10 tax deductions you need to know right now. Go to oxygenfinancial.net, and we'll get you that free guide and save you some money.
I was at your Buckhead location yesterday, and you weren't even there. I was even when
Boston.
You're not there. Yeah, you were in Boston?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The World Series was in Cleveland.
You know why?
Yep, I missed by a few.
Ted's FOMOing out. His friends were in Boston.
All right, let's do our second round of headlines.